Everything, nigga.
Hey, welcome to another episode for Everything NYC podcast. The title of today's show is Do Women Take Men for Granted? And we're joined here by a panel, and they're going to give their opinions on the topic, and let's get into it.
All right, so we have two somewhat familiar faces. People probably see y'all on social media and stuff like that. Can y'all please introduce yourself? Ladies?
I can start. My name is
I'm sorry,
Arizbeth.
honey. Go ahead.
Yeah, should have cleared it up.
My name is Arizbeth. I am 41 years old and a fitness enthusiast.
Okay, you look 21 though. You look 21.
This light is helping.
Nah, I bet. And Trey?
Hey guys, I'm Trey. I'm not telling y'all my job because it's none of y'all business, but I'm here to talk a little shit with y'all today. And I'm 21. Yeah, I'm 21. Yeah, I'm 21 today.
Okay.
Yeah. Gotta take your ID.
So, yeah, here we are.
Yes. Here we are. And the topic of discussion, like he said, reiterated, why do women take men for granted?
Whoa, right? That's not what you said the title was.
That's definitely not what you said.
You switched it.
You switched that up, right?
All right. We gonna go with what he says. So, ladies, why do y'all think people take each other for granted in general when it comes to dating? What's y'all opinions on it?
Hold on, you didn't even ask them like what's going on with them right now. Like what's their status? Like how are things?
I'm gonna get to it. Trust me, I'm gonna get to all that.
Okay.
But ladies, why do y'all think in general, like people take each other for granted when it comes to relationships?
Illusion of options.
Make too many options?
Illusion of options.
Like in what way? Like social media or just social media?
Like everybody thinks they have more options than they actually have.
Mm-hmm. So it's more of a quantity but not quality type of thing.
Right. Like I feel like people take other people for granted because they're afraid that they're not getting the best they can get. And they think that they have more options that they do. Meaning a lot of times we just because somebody says hi to us or just because somebody gives you some kind of interaction, you're assuming that they are an option for you. When in reality, you're not really taking the time to get to know them and figure out if they're even an option. So you're not settling with the person that you're really getting to know because this other person's talking to you and you're wondering if that's even an option.
Okay, so too many options. But is it only, what about in person though? Because I'm assuming in this day and age, a lot of men are not even approaching women like that. Do y'all get like men? First of all, Trey, what do you think?
I think you just get used to people and what they do. It's if somebody's constantly or always doing something for you, you're gonna take that shit for granted. You know what I mean? It's just like, oh, I know this person's gonna get me a coffee today. Like, it's not like, oh, yeah, he's getting me a coffee today. It's the usual shit.
Like basically like. So you see how somebody saying "I love you" is like a big deal. If somebody says "I love you," "I love you," "I love you" every day, like before they go to work. After a while, it doesn't even affect you anymore.
After a while, it's just like, yeah, I know he about to say this. I'm about to say it back. It's just like, it's routine. People get used to routine. So once you get used to routine, that's when you start taking advantage a little bit. For me, that's what I think.
No, I think that's general, to be honest.
Yeah.
But so you can't even. So do men? So Arizbeth, you agree?
No, actually, that's a good observation. I don't think that I have put myself in a position where I don't really allow people to do too much for me. I think that's like a personal issue that I'm working out in for myself. So, and I'm wondering if I would take that for granted. I'm wondering if I would be the type of person to just assume it's going to happen every time. I think I'm the opposite. I live more like in a mindset of like, is this going to stop? is this going to continue, or it's more fear of it stopping than taking it for granted for me.
Mm-hmm. So in relationships, basically, are y'all single, married? What are y'all situationships involved?
In a
People are asking.
relationship.
You in a relationship?
Hmm.
Really? How
For
long?
how long?
How long? Fast.
A little over a year.
Okay, that's a life. That's a lifetime in this generation.
I mean, pretty much.
In this generation,
Yeah,
that's
it was
astronomical.
no piss in my pool water. I
No,
found something good.
just straight chlorine, right?
Yeah, I mean,
Just straight
And where did y'all meet? Where did you meet him?
At a job.
the job she's not going to mention, like she said.
At a job. One of my jobs.
What
Okay.
he was? What was he? He was like, he just came up to you. He's sweep. He was
Yeah, we
sweeping the
worked
floor.
together. It honestly it wasn't no shit that was supposed to happen. It's just natural, universal shit.
Yeah, it's illegal to date coworkers. I heard, but so
So
like
they
not
say
now. What happened? Though I want to know, like, what he approached, like, what he do.
it was no we were both going through breakups, kind of like I guess you could call trauma bonding. That's what people
Yeah.
like to call it. And then it just manifested into just something we didn't think it was gonna be.
Mm-hmm.
Look
So
at that. Right place at the right time.
yeah, pretty
Perfect
much.
timing. Perfect timing.
Yeah.
So, and it's a year. You said, all right. So,
Hmm.
Arizbeth, what's up with you? What we doing? Your car episode coming out soon, but you can still talk. But you can do what you got to do.
Say that again.
I said the episode that we recorded is coming out like next month, probably. But
Oh,
you can still talk. You can still say what you
yeah,
got to say.
yeah. Well, yeah. I mean, I'm in a pretty new very new relationship.
Fresh.
We started getting to know. We were friends from the gym, and then we kind of started showing interest in each other. Maybe the end of the summer.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and I feel like we're still establishing our dynamic. But I would say it's a relationship at this point. Yeah.
Oh yeah, so like y'all like exclusive to each other?
Yes. Hmm.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
You
This
gotta make sure y'all both on the same page because these men, well, you would think y'all on the same page, and he in a different book. So you better make
No.
sure.
Yeah. No. No. I make sure plenty of times.
same
Okay.
different book. Different
It,
book.
Yeah.
it looks like it looks like Trey's seen all the bullshit.
Yeah. She been through a lot.
I have.
She from
I
Brooklyn. What you
have.
think?
Oh, you're from Brooklyn?
Yes.
Where in Brooklyn?
Flatbush.
Oh,
Oh damn! So I didn't know that
Yeah.
part.
Yeah.
I thought she's gonna say like Park Slope or like or something like that.
No.
Something like,
No.
and
You know, y'all all in our business.
Huh?
what's your nationality?
Whatever you want to ask, just ask away.
Trey, you're from Flatbush. What's your nationality?
What's that, Trini?
100%.
Oh,
100%.
What happened?
100%.
no. Trini women are tough.
Yeah, they're aggressive, man. They get physical.
Yeah,
A little aggressive.
They get physical. They don't play
yeah.
that shit.
I do not. My name is not T. His name is not Ike. I do not.
Oh Lord.
Okay, good.
Oh, well,
Yeah.
I'm happy to hear that. I hope it's true.
Yeah, I'm serious.
No, Trini women are tough. Nothing gets past them. Like, don't even try to sell some bullshit.
No.
Arizbeth, what's your nationality?
I'm Mexican and Puerto Rican.
Okay, that's. I mean, that could be a little something too.
That's spicy.
Yeah, there you go. There you go.
Nah, I'm quiet. I'm more Mexican than Puerto Rican.
So what that mean? You a hard worker? Like what that mean?
Yeah, yes, I am. I'm very hard. My work ethic is everything.
No, I bet. So back to the topic. Between y'all two,
Y'all did not answer. Hello, are
what
y'all in
happened?
relationships?
What happened? You said what?
What happened? Are y'all in relationships?
I mean, I'm chilling right now. You feel me? I'm chilling right now. I'm chilling
What that
right
mean?
now. I mean, like you got to see. You can't jump too quick. You got to like see who's the right fit for what you
You're
want.
not claiming homegirl. That's what it is.
And like who's on the same page, and then when you find that, then you just go forward with it. You can't rush into it though.
So you're dating multiple people? Is that what you're saying?
Right.
I ain't saying that. I said I was
He
looking
is.
for the right one. That's what I said.
But how do you look for the right one if you're not dating multiple people?
Hello.
Because I know what I want, and then whoever comes across, and then I ask certain questions, and then get you be around them for a little while, not necessarily dating, and then you see who fits into
Okay.
that mold, and they say, you the one, and then you just go forward.
Okay.
Mm.
Okay,
Yeah,
that's fair.
yeah,
I
I
feel
was
like
thinking,
you get to know people better before you date them when you're in the friendship part of the
yeah,
thing.
and when you kind of take, I mean, it's gonna sound kind of crazy, but when you take sex out of it and just focus on them, like the quality
Right.
of the person,
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
you remember we older, not like we like 18. I was trying to smash when I was 18, 19 and shit like that, but now it's like we more mature. We got to focus on things that matter for the future. Because
Mm-hmm.
if you messing with a woman that's immature and then like she's let's say what I want is kids, marriage, future, build something, but she just want to turn up, party, stuff like that. It's not gonna work, no matter how good she looks
Yeah.
at the age that we're at. But if I was 18, I wouldn't care. What I'm basically trying to say.
So
Right. Mm.
so when you hear the word dating, do you assume sex is involved?
I mean, me personally, I ain't really all that thirsty. For me, it's more like I said, do me and you, me and this woman, do we fit? So we have to ask each other questions, be around each other, and experiment with each other and see if this makes sense. Sex is like the icing on the cake. Just like some extracurricular activity, to be honest. Like, it's not like a goal, like, I gotta smash, you gotta smash.
I like that.
That's
Yes, I
good.
agree.
It's the truth. We run a podcast. You think we playing out here?
Yeah,
But not
that's
a lot of
good.
men think like that. Not a lot. Most men want to know what the sex is like before they're like committing into anything else.
Yeah, man, that's why me and my boy, we a little different. So we a little different.
I'm weak.
We operate on like a higher vibration. I can say that. To
It
be
is a
honest.
big deal, though. Sex,
No, no, no.
it
It
is
is.
a
It
big
is.
deal.
It is important. It is important, but you can't make that the main focus, though.
No,
Because
definitely not.
you
Definitely
can't make
not.
that. Because if you chase that, if that's the main focus that you looking for in a woman, then you're gonna ignore all the red flags.
Right.
You're gonna ignore
Mhm.
everything. You're gonna ignore everything, and you're just gonna, she look good. That's how a lot of men. You see celebrities end up divorce court, giving half, baby mama over there, baby mama over there, back there, another country. Like you gotta focus on like the heart and mind, like the mental.
For
Yeah,
Mentality.
sure.
I
This is
feel
my
like
opinion. This is my opinion.
no, I feel like one of the questions or a way to look at it is if you're with somebody and you guys have great sexual chemistry, you're together for 10 years, and in 10 years it gets boring, you're gonna have to figure out how to make it better anyway, right?
Mm-hmm.
So sex shouldn't be the factor because you should always be like once you're with someone you want it to work out, you're gonna put in the effort to make the sex work as well.
Yeah, you always got to reinvent yourself. Just look, even if you by yourself, like look at y'all. Like when y'all were 18, do y'all still look the same? I'm pretty sure y'all try new hairstyles, try new styles. You always got to reinvent the shit. You can't just be the same your whole life. You're gonna like
Mm-hmm.
reinvent, mature, grow. And two people together, they're gonna grow, and they have different. They might like think of doing things different. Yo, let's move here. Let's do this. Let's do that. Like you got to change. You got to adapt. Let me say that when you're involved. When
Adapt.
you're
It's
older.
true.
Yeah. So John, they talking to you too. I ain't the only one over here.
Yeah, what's happening in your world?
Oh, my world? Yes, I am with someone.
There
That's
you go.
Yeah,
good.
There you go.
yes.
Aw.
How long have
How
you guys been
long?
together?
Thank you. Right.
Uh, wow, dating for a year now.
Aw.
Oh, okay.
That's good.
Yeah.
Huh?
Do you see marriage with this person?
Yes.
That's beautiful. Okay.
That is beautiful. So I
Nice.
told you we ain't bullshitting over here.
Yeah.
We
That's
send you other
good.
podcasts. We send you
You
other
sound like
podcasts.
you pushing because you don't know where you at. So
Nah, I know where I'm at. It may sound a little crazy to you because it's a different type of dude, but nah, I know where I'm at. I know where I'm at. But nah, back to the topic. Back to the topic. It's mainly about y'all. It's mainly about the women. It's mainly about the women.
Mm-hmm.
Have y'all ever taken, let's say a man for granted, not just in a relationship, like anybody? Because you said if it becomes routine, you take it for granted, like your father, your brother,
Not really take it for granted. You
girlfriend.
get used to it. Is what I meant to say,
Who
which may cause
who
you
in your life?
getting
Who in your life? That's the main question.
that I'm used to.
No, yeah, that you took for granted at some point. Whether he was too nice, too friendly. You like, yo, this
Anybody
nigga.
too nice is not in my
Yeah, I
in
mean,
my realm.
some dudes think that that's how they get it.
Um, I haven't. I don't think I've taken advantage of any men I've ever been with.
Oh, word? So you just
Come on now.
you training?
I
Come on,
can't
stop it.
think. I honestly cannot think of a time where I'm like, damn, I'm ODing. Like,
So when you was in high school, college, you never when you was 20,
I mean,
21?
those days, my dating days, like taken advantage of plenty niggas, but those niggas was never my nigga.
Jesus Christ.
You get what I'm saying? Like, yeah,
But they were
not
never like,
nobody
you
I've
were never
ever
in a
been with.
relationship. You were never in a
No,
relationship.
no. Anybody that I'm taking advantage of, I'm not with. Because that sounds crazy. I'm taking advantage of somebody I'm with. Like, no, it's always been somebody that I don't really care about. Like, yeah, you're gonna give me your money, cool. I'm gonna take advantage. Like,
and it doesn't even have to be extreme, right? In regards to taking advantage, I think it's more taking someone for granted. And I think Brent's going to show a video where we're going to see an example of someone taking a man for granted.
Yeah.
okay.
Well, Arizbeth, wait, you got to answer it first, though. Then I'm gonna show the video.
So I think that I wouldn't say I took someone for granted. I would say my very first boyfriend. I was 19, and he had a lot of amazing qualities, but he was also super jealous. I didn't have the tools to communicate to him, this has to change. And I walked away from the relationship thinking that I was going to find all those great qualities somewhere else without the jealousy. So I would say that's the closest to taking somebody for granted.
In your life at 19.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that means, especially at that age, you ain't really taking nobody serious like that.
I thought we were going to get married.
Oh, damn. Now you like the hopeless romantic type.
I am. It's the truth. Don't ask me why I'm still single.
Aww. You're not single.
Oh,
Yeah.
I mean, not married. Not married.
Okay.
All right. So, y'all see, I mean, this is the first time we ever had two angels on the podcast with us. So I'm not seeing any discrepancies right now. But
You know how it is. That's pretty much what's going to happen if you date younger. That's just younger, you're going to get that. Because when women are younger, come on, we all know. When women are younger, fresh out of college, 22, 23, 24, early 20s, their life is completely different. All right. So I'm pretty sure at that age, you haven't gone through everything, right? You haven't really gone through the failures, the traumas. You haven't gone through therapy. You haven't really learned yourself and learned how to properly communicate with people. So you're going to have those type of interactions all the time, right? And people are just going to be coming in and out all the time. So you're not really going to take time to like really invest, get to know anyone. People are just coming in and out. It's really transactional. You might have a date here, a few dates there. And if someone comes out of your life, you don't really care. You don't really care. It's just like, oh, there's always going to be another one. Right? In the beginning of this stream, Aris had mentioned that people tend to think that they have much more options than they really do. So in early 20s, you think you have a million options. And then once you get into your early 30s, things start to dwindle down a bit.
Reality hit.
Because now you start to realize the pool of men is much smaller.
And weirder.
And first of all, the pool of qualified men, the men that they're actually interested in, is much smaller. Because by the time they reach early 30s, mid 30s, the best men are, most of them are really out the game.
Yep.
They're out. They're out the game. They're already focused on building with their chicks. Like, they're not, going to be out here in the game, texting chicks, trying to set up dates. They don't got time for that, right? So, as a woman ages, everything is great in her early 20s. There's an abundance. And then things start to change in her early 30s. And that type of behavior, you probably wouldn't see that from a woman in her 30s.
Definitely not.
They already know what time it is. So I want to ask y'all ladies a question. Let's say hypothetically I was single. Would y'all ever go on a dating show to find love? Because it's rough out here. Like if y'all single, it's rough. Like you can't find nobody. Would y'all go on a dating show?
It's never been that rough for me. Sorry.
Hypothetically.
I would do it. I would definitely do it.
For exposure and to get paid, yes. But to take if I go on one, it's not me really looking for love. I'm going for exposure, for a check. I'm not really thinking I'm gonna come off of this with a man.
Like the content benefits.
That's it. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I know, Brand, you had thrown out the idea that you wanted to connect some people, and I know you said you wanted to make introductions and do some type of dating show format. I remember you had mentioned that.
I mean, shit looking kind of crazy right now. I mean, look what's going on out here. Look what's going on out here, man. But would y'all ever date, like, mind you, y'all single? That's how we thinking about it. Would y'all ever date like long distance or anything like that?
No.
Oh, okay.
Never, because on these shows, a lot of them are coming from different cities, and they're basically being forced to date long distance. None of them live in the same city.
That's not for me.
And that's a big problem. That's why a lot of them don't. That's another reason why they don't take each other serious, because it's like, yo, where you live? Arizona. I live in LA. All right,
you
that's a problem
in Brooklyn. That's enough business for me. I don't need somebody in fucking Connecticut or PA. I gotta drive 2-3 hours to see you. I'm too hands on. I don't know. No.
To go on a date. You gotta go 2 hours to go on a date.
Yeah, gotta plan this 2 weeks in advance. Like, that's not my type of scenery. No.
Gas money. Arizbeth, don't get quiet. What about you? Don't get quiet.
No, long distance. I don't think I have the. Yeah, no, I don't think I want to get to know you on a day-to-day basis. When you're far away, you can totally pretend to be something you're not.
Mm-hmm.
I don't feel like I can't get to know you. Like, I'm not gonna get to know the real you, because if we have to hop on the phone, or even if we fly to see each other, one of us is on vacation mode, so we're not really like ourselves. It's gonna take too long to really get intimate and get to know each other.
You put the mask on for the 1 or 2 days you're with them, and take the mask off. Take the mask right off.
I mean, you do it when you're around each. When you live in the same city, I feel like you put on the facade for a good 3 months. Long distance, you're gonna do it for like 2 or 3 years. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Or like a year, then you get engaged, you get married, and then somebody else shows up, like, to your wedding or whatever.
Yeah, that's kind of wild. Well, let me ask y'all. Let me get a little bit more deeper with y'all. Y'all have kids?
I do.
How many kids we talking? Trey, start first. You go. One boy or girl?
A boy.
You say he's 1?
No, he's 11.
Oh, you have an adult. That's not no
yeah,
kid.
That's a whole child.
He can work for UPS at this age.
He can.
So, Arizbeth, what about you?
I have 2. My daughter's 14. My son is 11.
Jeez, these are some big people.
Yeah, this grown woman right here.
Because kids is a little more of a hassle. Like 2, 3, 4 years old. Those like babies.
No.
You can have like full conversations and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So
have you ever found it challenging to date with children?
Hell yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I think that's one of the reasons why I held back a lot. Like, when I was with the father of my kids until my son was 3 years old. And I felt like I had to wait until they were a little bit older to start dating. And when I did start dating, I didn't want anybody around my kids, so I wouldn't bring them around. So you don't really get, it just goes back to, like, you're being protective of your kids, so you really can't get to know someone or get to know you in the element of, like, everything that you are as a mom, everything else. It really makes the dynamic completely different.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and what was the situation with the child's father that made y'all say, "Yo, I can't do this"? Well, like, what happened? What's the breaking point?
Constant cheating.
Oh, cheating.
Couldn't keep his friend to himself.
Hold on. Confirmed cheating, or it was like
no, honey, confirmed.
What, you came home and saw him in the bed, humping the bed, and there's a girl in him?
Confirmed.
Wait, your audio's. We talk again? I can hear you now.
We was together for 16 years, so.
You said 16?
Yeah.
Jesus.
Wow, that's a long time.
Yeah, we pretty much grew up together. So while we were in the relationship, he was maturing, but me being in love, I didn't understand that. So it was constant cheating. Cheating.
Before the child was born, did you see any cheating?
Yeah. Before, after, yeah.
So why did you decide to stay?
Honestly, love. There's nothing else other than that. Love.
Comfort too, probably.
Comfort, love. Yeah.
Did you think that having the child was going to change things up?
I never thought that.
Ah, okay.
No. No. I think that
mean,
would be crazy to think, but no, I never thought that.
his behavior stayed the same.
It stayed the same. And, now you trying to figure out what's up. You all fucked up in the head. You had too much opportunity with me, so. Yeah.
And that door closed.
Yeah, that's legit.
It's not opening again.
So if he come back and say, "Yo, I changed my ways. I'm grown now. I love you. Let's raise the kid till you're 18," like, nah.
I'm not one.
Oh Lord.
I
am. Time heals all wounds. Bro.
Yes, it does.
All right. So, Arizbeth, what about you?
Same. I mean, same. I think that I saw my dad cheated on my mom early in the relationship, and he changed. He completely did a 360, a 180. Became a born again Christian. My dad didn't work in the beginning. He was a hard worker after. So seeing how my dad completely changed, and being in a relationship where the father of my kids would cheat on me, I thought, okay, he's going to change. Like, eventually it's going to happen. He's going to grow up. He's going to mature. And it never happened. 6.5 years later, I was like, damn, it's not going to happen. I got to get out.
And you want them to so bad, because by that time the kid is here, and it's just like,
yeah, exactly. You're like, I don't want to expose my child to some other man.
Right.
Yeah, that's tough. That's a big responsibility for the new man. Yeah. And I feel it's like one thing. It's like everything is good. It's just the one thing he's doing you want it to change, and just so you can move forward. Yeah,
that's it.
I understand that. Nah, that's rough. I mean, what do y'all think the main reason? What do you think the main reason? Like, there's no new marriages and not a lot of new relationships being created. Is it because of fear?
Nobody wants
to.
In my new relationship, any little thing. In this new relationship, I'm out. Anything that I don't like it's a red flag for me. It reminds me of my past relationship. I'm not staying. So that's why I think people have more standards now. That's why they're not staying.
Mm-hmm. Well, I think it's standards, and I also think trauma plays a big role.
That's
like, I want to say, like, once you've been hurt, it's really hard to not think it's gonna go the same route. So, like, literally right now, this is my first attempt into like a serious relationship after 3 years, right? Like, I dated and had like situations and stuff like that. But I was like, let me try this, like, for real, after 3 years of like just messing around. And I have to have like constant conversations with close friends and be like, this is my situation. And mind you, I go to people they've been married for 14 years, right? I'm not going to go talk to my friend who's just like me, like traumatized. And she's going to tell me, yeah, girl, no, he's not doing things right. Exactly. I talk to my friend who's like been married for 14 years. And I'm like, I'm going through this. I have these doubts. I want out. And she's like, relax. This is your trauma talking. You need to calm down. And I didn't have that. Like, I didn't know I had that as a tool. I wasn't using my resources properly in previous attempts of a serious relationship. Meaning, I was talking to girls that were going through the same things that I was going through women that were traumatized as I was traumatized. I should have been talking to women who are in healthy relationships and are successful in their relationships and asking them for the advice.
Yeah, because usually single women keep single, women all together,
Yeah. Because we're traumatized. It's not for the same girls. It's not.
They want to bond with you. Yeah, there you go. They want to keep you where they at. They don't want you to pass them.
I don't think it's that. I don't think it's malicious. I don't think
it's definitely not malicious at all.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. But it's just that people just bond over something that's common, right, amongst the group. So did you, like, how's the healing been, right? I know it's been like a long and tough process. So how's that been?
For me, I think therapy is key. A relationship with your creator is key. Like, really talking to God, or I mean, I'm not here to like preach or anything like that.
No, but do what you gotta do.
If you're here, if you have a relationship with your creator, right? Like, you can ask all the questions and be like, I'm frustrated about this. Why did you allow this to happen? Asking those questions, you're going to get the answers. If you don't ask the questions, you're always gonna be like in this loop, right? the whole point is to try and get out of the loop. And I think that's it's really hard to do it by yourself. You need to reach out to other people. You need to surround yourself with people that are going to zoom out for you and not just be like thinking that all the answers are inside of you, because they're not. That's bullshit. That's Disney.
That's what they promote to us, though.
That's
Yeah.
bullshit. You need people. You need community.
Trey, how have you got past and healed past all the trauma and stuff you went through?
Time for me. Time.
Time heals all wounds.
Time. That was the major thing for me. Time.
Does it still affect you now in your adulthood after all the time?
It
You said
shows
16
up.
years.
It shows up like certain stuff. My new person will do. Will trigger me. I guess it's PTSD, right? It'll trigger me. I'm like, damn, you doing something that my ex did, and it's triggering me. But I have to realize that you're not my ex, so I have to react different. So now I have to put in the work and show up different. You understand? So that's just what it is.
That's a good sign of growth.
Yeah.
So do y'all believe y'all believe in marriage? More kids? Do y'all want that? Like, do y'all want that for your futures, or marriage, more kids?
It's not a necessity, but if it happens, I'm cool with it.
But if it doesn't, it's whatever.
If it doesn't, I'm cool with it too.
Arizbeth, what about you?
Yeah, I have a daughter. I have a son. I'm fine. I don't, at my age, I don't even know if it's a possibility to be able to have kids. So that kind of makes it hard to date men without children, because it always is in the back of my mind. Like, I'm like, is he gonna want and I'm not gonna be able to give? So is it gonna end the relationship? Like, you know what I mean? It's not gonna be our downfall. I think I'm open to it, but I don't even know if it's an option for me now. I'm 42.
No, and the guy you're dating, he has kids.
No, he doesn't.
Oh, he wants kids.
Does he want?
Well, his answer scares the fuck out of me, but I really appreciate like the honesty. He says it's not something I've ever aspired to, but I'm not sure how I'm gonna feel in 5-10 years.
Oh yeah.
He's trying to make you. I get what you're doing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's a realistic answer, and at the end of the day, I do feel like if I was dating anyone without kids, no matter how much they told me, like, no, I don't, I know I don't, they don't know how they're going to feel 5-10 years from now, you know? Or even, you know, as men, you guys have options to procreate. You have the option to procreate later on in life, even if they have kids, and they can tell me, I want no more, and then 5 years from now, they're like, I wish, you know, I want to have another one, and you can't do it, so they'll go for someone younger. That's always a possibility, you know. It is what it is.
And how old is this guy?
34.
Oh, okay.
No.
Yeah.
Listen, have you seen the men that are my age?
They washed up, right? They washed
up. You don't want the pawpaws?
I take care of my body. I take care of my
a lot of people
mental.
don't.
I take care of. For me, it's I feel like I feel like I can fall back on everything else that I am. Right? I'm not just a girlfriend. I'm not just somebody's partner. There's so many other sides of me. So that if he decides to leave, he decides to leave, and I just want it to be a beautiful experience right now.
10 years later, that's a lot of work. That's a decade to put in, though, to figure that out, though.
Again, I feel like at this point, I'm not really working towards having like the dream family. That's not gonna happen. That's not realistic for me right now. I'm working on becoming a writer. I'm working on opening up my own business. I'm working on just other ideas about me. The partner is something that's like a cherry on the top. It's something that if it works out, it's going to be great, and if it doesn't, it doesn't.
So okay, what do y'all think? Huh? Oh, I thought you were talking to me. So what do you think? What do you think is the ideal wife? Like, what if for you to be a wife, what would you have to bring to a man?
That's a weird question, because I think every man is different.
No.
Yeah, every man is
I
different.
can't tell you.
What are some wife qualities though? In general,
Definitely
Nurture.
nurturing, attentiveness. You got to be attentive because y'all niggas straight within like 2.5 seconds. Attentiveness. Yeah, just keep up what you brought to the relationship. Don't show me something that you can't keep up. I always say that. Don't introduce me to a
consistency.
vibe and then a few months, few years down the line, now you somebody different. Like, bro, I fell in love with you because of this. Like, where is this at? Like, I want this person.
Do you, do you think that happens because people get too
For
comfortable?
sure. For sure.
And then we take people for granted.
Hello.
Like the topic. Like the topic.
That's what I was saying. You become very stagnant, I guess, in your relationship. Especially if you've been with somebody for a while, it becomes like this thing that is just another thing. It's not something that you appreciate. Like, I know when I'm becoming stagnant and comfortable in my relationship, I'm like, damn, I gotta spice it up. Let me go take him out. Let me do something. Like, let me do a little, like, I know when I start getting like that.
Sure.
Most women don't. And then wonder why they're getting cheated on. Like,
Yeah.
Well, I also think that men are so closed up and guarded that ideally a woman should be able to open you up and let you like rest on her emotionally. Somebody that's gonna add on to your ideas and help and multiply whatever it is that you initiate. I think those are good wife qualities. If I was a man, that's what I would want.
That's what you want.
Okay, so you think men are more closed off and women are there to play the role of opening that man up?
Right, like helping them. I feel like society doesn't puts a lot of restraints on how men express their emotions, and they need an outlet. And the wife should be the
For sure.
outlet. Should create that. She should
The
create
safe
that.
space.
Know how she should be able to and create that safe space for him to let it all out and just.
Have you done that in your past relationships?
I've tried.
And how did that go? Like, was that like shot down?
It was not appreciated.
So you were taken for granted?
I was taken for granted for sure.
And reverse. Everybody get taken for granted.
For sure.
Nobody
I'm the
appreciates
nice
it.
guy.
Oh, so you're the nice one.
You the soft one.
I'm the gullible, nice person. My issue was I didn't have I didn't know how to use my resources. I didn't know how to use my emotional support because I was too close, and I wanted to fix things by myself. I didn't reach out, so I picked the wrong men. I take full responsibility for
Taking
that.
accountability.
Right, so you were closed off too.
Yes.
Okay, so both people in this relationship were closed off. He was closed off. You were closed off.
In the very beginning, that's how it was. Right. It was really hard to reach that point. Once during my healing process is when I realized how close I was, and I realized how close men are, and the reason why I had such a hard time connecting with my partners, because you had two people that were really like not opening up to each other, being vulnerable with each other.
Yeah.
So how did you reach that point of vulnerability? Because that's difficult. That's very difficult.
Open up.
I think for me it was realizing that I can't do it all by myself, and that I have limits, and that I need help. Once I was able to humble myself enough and to realize that I need God and friends and everything else, I was more open to hearing things. And I had a big epiphany moment. I think I shared this in the podcast where I went to dinner with a bunch of girlfriends that I had known for 10 years plus, all of them except for one who brought her cousin to introduce her to all of us. And she went around the table and said, this is so and so. She does this, she does that. I happened to be the last person that was introduced to her. And she says, this is Arizbeth. She's the man of the group. And everybody laughed.
Oh, no.
Everybody laughed. And I was like, what the fuck does that mean? And clearly you guys have had a conversation about this because you're all in agreement. And they all started saying, like, you never share when you're struggling with people. you have like this tough demeanor, like nothing gets to you.
Oh, I get
You
it.
never cry, and it's like that's a fucking lie. Y'all just don't see me cry. So then that's when I realized, oh shit, I don't show emotions. I don't show my vulnerability. Like I have to learn to do that. And as I did it, the more I did it, the freer I felt. Like I could be myself, and it was wonderful.
Okay.
What about you, Trey? Have you been able to be vulnerable with this guy you're currently in a relationship with?
So that was never that.
Okay.
Trini.
That's been the huge issue.
You said he's emotional too?
He's not that emotional.
Oh, he's less?
For certain stuff. So that's been a little issue in our relationship.
Yeah, is he from Brooklyn?
From the Bronx.
Oh, so he wants to be like that hardcore, raw.
I don't know.
Drill rapper.
Just trauma from whatever, childhood, past relationships. He just doesn't show up how I would like him to. But once I've communicated it, it's been worked on. So I'm happy about that. Because you can tell somebody an issue, right? And then they don't fix it. Then it's like, what am I doing here? But I like when I can talk to somebody and they hear what you're saying and then they change it. And that's what he's done. So it's just like, oh shit, you my person. Like you hear and you take action.
I like that. That's progress. Okay.
Yeah, that's growth. Did y'all grow up with both parents?
I grew up with my stepfather.
Yeah, I did.
But I have my dad is in my life. Was in my life too.
Okay. And Arizbeth.
I had both my parents, but they were always working, and I was the oldest of 5, so I was like the little mom.
I understand. And then, so
do you think that plays a role into you being the hardcore, closed off dad of the group? Because since you were the older one, you didn't really get a chance. Like you don't really have a chance to open up, be emotional, because you have to take care of others. So how many did you have to take care of?
I was changing diapers at 5. My sister was 5 years younger than me, and there was 2 in between us, and then one more 5 years after that.
Okay,
but
so
I was
a bunch of siblings, and you're the older one, and then would you say they were all kind of dependent on you?
To a certain extent. There was a time. My brother, who's 2 years younger than me, he was the first one to be like, "You're not my mom," but he was like 12 when he decided that I wasn't his mom anymore. So it was crazy, yeah.
Okay, so who raised y'all to? Because you said marriage, wives. Were y'all raised with any influence of being a wife? Like, did your mother show you ways of wifely qualities growing up? Anything like that? And not at all. Not in the house at all.
I hate that that sounds so positive, but my mom has never shown
me it's common.
Like a healthy relationship. So I kind of had to learn it on my own, what I want. Her relationships has taught me what I don't want. And that's why I'm really appreciative of it, because it's like some people will take that, right, and then run off and become their mom. Like, I want the total opposite. I don't want the relationships that she has had. I want a loving home. Like, I want some real shit. So, yeah.
No, and then, so you said you were raised by your stepfather. So, who was the woman that showed you like how to cook dinner and how to clean a home and all that?
My mom doing those things, right? Because all in all, she's doing that. She's being the woman. She's showing up, but her and the person that she was with, it just was very toxic. So I've seen her do wifely duties, but for the wrong man. So I know what that looks like, but a healthy relationship, I don't know what that looks like for her. For myself, I do. Yeah.
Okay. Arizbeth, what's you?
Well, my parents have the classic like narcissist male, and then the what is it? The codependent female dynamic. Like that was what was modeled for me. So my mom, cooked, cleaned. she was the super positive, like everything's gonna be okay, but no boundaries, like in terms with my father. Like my dad, like they're now not just now. My dad agreed to do couples therapy because they're still together. They love each other. And they have good intentions, but it was very toxic as well. Like watching them, and I felt the same way. I was like, I don't want that for me. So I think it also it made me like bump heads a lot with men because I was attracted to men that were like my father, but I knew that was like it was almost like I was replaying this thing with these men where I was like, I'm gonna show you what it's supposed to be like. And instead of being with somebody that was gonna compliment me, I was setting myself up for that fight of trying to make it make sense, and heal my father through these like men.
So you were trying to prove a point. Interesting. So, your parents immigrated to this country?
My father's Puerto Rican. My mom's Mexican. She was born in Mexico. We lived in Mexico till I was like 6. We came to the States when I was like 6. Yeah.
Okay. So your dad had the old school kind of culture in the household. Yeah, that's the old school way of doing it. The man he sits back and he gets a hot plate of food and his yeah. He gets a green light to do whatever he wants. Really, right?
Because he's taking care of.
Yeah. You sit back. You get a hot plate. The wife, she cooks, cleans, takes care of the kids, and as the guy, you sit back, you chill, and you go to work.